Now we'll see the effects of World War II. So in that the first one is new geopolitical power alignment. So here the world was divided into two blocks. One is US, United States, another one is USSR, that is the Soviet Russia, and also during that time the Europe after the Second World War was divided into two parts, that is the communist and also the non-communist. And next we'll move on to nuclear proliferation. So this means a spread of weapons. So here there was a tough competition between US and USSR. So we have that has given a race for nuclear weapons. So both race means competition. So both the countries were in race to produce more and more nuclear weapons. So for this they had built a large stockpile for such weapons. By seeing these countries, even the Britain and also France developed their own nuclear power, and all over the world the countries began to invest large resource to produce this nuclear weapons. And now we'll move on to the international agencies. Because of ineffective work of League of Nations, the international agencies started. So the international agencies we can call it as World Bank and also International Monetary Fund. So many international agencies, particularly started in United Nations, the World Bank and also International Monetary Fund came into existence. And now we'll move on to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So this is the work which is done by UN. UN means United Nations. So here what this United Nations did. So United Nations organized a committee. So under the constitution of human rights which is given to countries throughout the world. So it was started by widow of President Franklin Roosevelt. So here the member countries, or we can call them as Charles Malak of Lebanon, then P.C. Chung of Nationalist China, then John in Canada, and also René Cassin of France. So here this Universal Declaration of Human Rights has its important contribution in improving the human rights of the world. And next we will move on to this new international orders. So here it was started in the year 1941. So as I told you, when the League of Nations was ineffective, this United Nations started their own rules. So it was started by United States and also Britain in the year 1941, where here this United States and also Britain declared a joint declaration which is known, we call it as Atlantic Charter. So here in the beginning 26 countries become the member, and now there is 193 member countries of United Nations. And the next one we will see that the organs of the United Nations. So here we can say the organs of United Nations are Food and Agricultural Organization, World Health Organization, and next one we call it as UNESCO, that means Educational and also Scientific and Cultural Organization. Now we'll move on to the activities of UN. So that means the work which is done by the United Nations. So we all know during 1960s the important colonies were occupied by other countries, that we call it as colonization. So this United Nations fought for decolonization, and the other works we can say that they fought for human rights, problems of refugees, climate changes, gender equality. So these are all the activities which was done by UN. And next we will move on to the World Bank and also International Monetary Fund. So here this World Bank and International Monetary Fund, we call this one as a Bretton Woods twins. So it was started in the year 1945. It is located in Washington DC in the United States. And the International Monetary Fund, so this was started in the year 1945. So the primary aim of this International Monetary Fund is financial stability of whole country, and also we can say the economic development of the world across.